There is a story you tell yourself about your life, and then there is the story your body tells. For millions of people, those two stories are not the same. One is spoken in words, the other is felt in the bones, in the quickening of a heartbeat, in the sudden need for silence. This isn't a story about what's broken, it's a story about what has survived. And today, we're going to listen. Here are 6 things trauma survivors wish others understood. Number 1, healing isn't a straight line. One of the hardest things for someone on the outside to grasp is the messy, unpredictable nature of healing. Society loves a comeback story with a clear beginning, middle, and end. The person struggles, they get help, they get better, and then they're cured. But healing from trauma is nothing like that. It's more like the weather. There can be weeks of sunshine, clear skies where everything feels normal, hopeful even. And then without warning, a storm rolls in. A friend might say, "But you were doing so well last week." They mean it with kindness, but what it feels like is a judgment. It feels like we failed a test. The truth is, that bad day, that sudden wave of anxiety or sadness, isn't a failure. It isn't a step backward. It's part of the path. Imagine learning to walk again after a major injury. You'll have days where you feel strong and days where you stumble. The stumble doesn't mean you've forgotten how to walk. It just means the journey is still in progress. Healing isn't a ladder we climb. It's a spiral. We may revisit the same feelings and the same challenges, but each time we come around, we approach them from a slightly different place, with a little more wisdom, a little more strength. So, please understand that a bad day doesn't erase all the progress we've made. Healing is not about erasing the scar. It's about learning to live with it, and understanding it no longer has the power to wound you. Number 2, we aren't broken. In a world that values perfection, being a trauma survivor can feel like you're carrying a label that reads damaged goods. People can look at you with pity or treat you like you're fragile, like you might shatter at any moment. But here is a fundamental truth. A trauma response is not a sign of defect. It is a sign of adaptation. Think of it this way. When faced with an overwhelming threat, the human brain does something remarkable to keep us alive. It changes. It rewires itself for survival. The part of the brain that acts as the body's smoke detector, the amygdala, can get stuck in the on position. It becomes hypervigilant, constantly scanning for danger. This is why a survivor might startle easily, feel constantly on edge, or have trouble relaxing. These reactions were not a choice. They were a biological necessity at one point. The problem is the brain doesn't always know when the danger has passed. So that hyper-awareness, which was once a life-saving tool, becomes exhausting and difficult in a safe environment. We are not broken. We are carrying adaptations that are no longer serving us. Our scars are not signs of weakness, but proof that we were stronger than what tried to hurt us, seeing us as resilient, as having a nervous system that did its absolute best to protect us, is so much more helpful than seeing us as flawed. Number 3, triggers are not just obvious memories. When most people think of a trigger, they imagine something dramatic and obvious from a movie. A war veteran hearing a car backfire and thinking it's gunfire. While that can certainly happen, most triggers are far more subtle and far more confusing, both for us and for the people around us. A trigger is a sensory reminder of the past. It's the body remembering, even when the conscious mind has no idea what's happening. It can be a smell, the specific scent of a certain cleaning product, or a type of cologne. It can be a sound, not a loud bang, but maybe the quiet hum of a ceiling fan, or a certain song on the radio. It can be a time of day, a certain quality of light in the late afternoon, or the feeling of a particular texture of fabric. When a trigger is activated, the body's alarm system goes off. The heart might start racing, the hands might get clammy, a wave of unexplained dread or anger might wash over us, and the conscious mind is left scrambling, trying to figure out why. We might not even make the connection ourselves. We just suddenly feel unsafe. A trigger is the past invading the present without permission. So when a survivor has a strong, sudden reaction to something that seems small or insignificant to you, please consider that their nervous system might be reacting to an echo you cannot see or hear. Number 4, our reactions are often not about you. This is one of the most important things for partners, family, and friends to understand. It can be deeply hurtful when someone you love suddenly withdraws, becomes irritable, or seems to shut down for no apparent reason. The natural human response is to take it personally. What did I do? Are you mad at me? In many, many cases, the answer is, this has nothing to do with you. A trauma response can feel like a storm that appears out of a clear blue sky. One moment, we are present, engaged, and happy to be with you. The next, a trigger, maybe one we weren't even aware of, has pulled us back into a past feeling. The emotional part of our brain takes over from the logical part. The need for space, the sudden quietness, the flash of anger. It's often a defense mechanism activating. It's the brain saying, danger, retreat, protect yourself. This is not an excuse for bad behavior, but it is an explanation for a confusing one. It's an echo of a past threat, not a reflection of the current relationship. It's so powerful when a loved one can learn to say, I can see you're having a hard time right now. I'm here. Let me know what you need. Instead of, why are you acting this way? Sometimes we are fighting a battle from long ago, and you just happen to be in the room. Your patience and your refusal to take it personally can be an incredible gift. Number 5, just be positive is harmful advice. We live in a culture that is obsessed with positivity. Look on the bright side. Good vibes only. Find the silver lining. And while optimism has its place, for a trauma survivor, this constant pressure to just be positive can be incredibly damaging. It's called toxic positivity. When you tell someone who is grappling with the deep, complex feelings of trauma to just think happy thoughts, you are unintentionally communicating a very painful message. Your feelings are wrong. Your pain is inconvenient. You should be hiding it. This forces a survivor to feel ashamed of their genuine emotions, pushing them to suppress the very feelings that need to be acknowledged in order to be processed. Healing cannot happen when we are pretending we are not hurt. You cannot heal a wound by pretending it isn't there. True healing requires us to walk through the darkness, not run from it. It means sitting with the anger, the grief, and the fear. It means allowing these feelings to exist without judgment. A far more compassionate and helpful approach is validation. Instead of saying, don't be sad, try saying, that sounds incredibly difficult. It makes sense that you would feel that way. Creating a safe space for all emotions, not just the happy ones, is where true support begins. Number 6, we are so much more than our trauma. After everything we've discussed, this might be the most crucial point of all. The experience of trauma can be so large, so loud, and so life-altering that it can feel like it has consumed our entire identity. And sometimes other people can start to see us only through that lens. We become the person that happened to. But our trauma is a part of our story. It is not the whole book. Inside of us, there is still the person who loves cheesy movies, who is great at gardening, who tells terrible jokes, who is fiercely loyal to their friends, who dreams of traveling, who is kind to animals, who is learning to play the guitar. We are not just a collection of symptoms and triggers. We are whole, complex human beings who have had a traumatic experience. We wish people would ask us about our day, about our hobbies, about the new recipe we tried. We wish they would see our strengths, our resilience, our capacity for joy and connection. Defining us by the worst thing that ever happened to us keeps us trapped in that moment. Seeing us for all that we are, for all that we were before, and for all that we are becoming gives us the space to be whole again. The loudest chapter of our story does not define the entire book. Understanding these things is more than just being nice. It's a form of kindness that builds bridges over the chasms that trauma creates. It replaces judgment with curiosity and pity with compassion. It allows for real connection and helps create the safe environments that are so essential for healing. If this video resonated with you, or if it helped you understand someone in your life a little better, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more content that explores the human experience. And now I want to hear from you. For those who feel comfortable sharing, is there another point you would add to this list? What is one thing you wish others understood? Let's help each other learn and grow in the comments below. Thank you for listening.